What's up, Helium? I haven't been here for a minute. It's been a little while. First time I ever did this shit, I was right over there in the garage back in last October. So don't get giant hopes too high here. I grew up right here in South San Luis, though. I experienced a lot of bullying here in South San Luis growing up. Several different types of bullying you experience growing up in school. You know, as a girl, you tell the teacher about it. They're, oh, well, they like you. It's like, well, she told me I bought my clothes at Walmart and then hit me with her purse. So I don't know if that means she likes me. And then the guys usually make fun of me about my clothes because I had these grandparents that thought that I was going to get shot or stabbed because I wore the wrong colors. Or they lived way out in the country. They thought it was way worse than it was. So I got made fun of mercilessly by most of the kids at school about that. So it wouldn't have been as bad, but you know, it's amazing that the colors that the Bengals in our city choose are blue and red because that's the Blues and the Cardinals colors, and I'm a big fan. So I thought it was kind of their excuse of getting out of buying me nice clothes. But the worst bully I ever experienced was I couldn't get rid of them. You know, I mean, we lived in like 4 different places on Merrimack between Grand and Gasconade, right here in South San Luis. And no matter where we moved, this bully would get to me, you know, and that's the worst type of bully. I mean, this bully got me mercilessly, you know, I mean, well, it was my sibling. Sibling bullying was about as bad as it gets. I mean, she would beat me to the point where I had tears and doing the sniffling, and, you know, it took me a while to realize that she was just passing the buck, you know. I mean, I had a single mom, and she did her best, but she was an absolute psycho. She literally drove my sister into being borderline psychotic herself, so we're trying to nip that in the bud with the next generation. You know, I got a 17-year-old daughter now, and we're definitely trying to stop this fad. But you know, after all these years, I still kind of harbor some of these beatings, and over the years, you know, my sister's right down the street from here. Kids call me Uncle Ro. I mean, my biggest bully ever is my family. But nonetheless, freaking, you know, I take it out on her trash cans because I can't do much else to her anymore. I'm bigger than her now. So when I see her trash cans out by the road, I give them a ride. And one night I had the cops called on me, and I was going through a divorce, so I had some drinks in me. But, you know, when I got combative with the guy who started threatening to give me a DUI, I was like, you can't give me a DUI. That freaking liquor was in the trash can. I knocked it out and drank it after I got here. You know, there was no booze on my breath when I got here. My sister wasn't going to bully me into jail at this point. You know, so at this point, you know, he freaking gets in his car, lets me go. And I kind of laid off for a while, right, you know, and then here, a couple months ago, I seen the recycling trash can was out there. I assumed it was empty, so me and my son were coming along there, and I gave it a ride, man. Stuff flew out of it. I was like, son of a bitch. And I tell my son, I was like, go start picking up, we'll get it picked up, we're going to leave it out there. And I look up, and he's just over there, he's just like kicking stuff onto the lid so he can try to flip it back into the trash can. I'm like, what are you doing? Recycling, just pick the shit up and put it in there. You know, and so I reached over there, and I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. I come up with one of the biggest dildos I've ever seen in my life. And I'm operating under the assumption that she put it in there to keep me from hitting her trash cans. So I do the most responsible thing I could think of, and I pick it up and I start waving it at my son. And the fear in his eyes was great. So I mean, I had him cornered around one side of the car, you know, and I'm faster than him for short distances still. And I freaking got him there, and all of a sudden, you know, unbeknownst to me, I ain't got time to explain why, but my great nephew comes running at me in his underwear. And he's yelling, no, Uncle Ro, you know, and he comes at me, he's trying to get it out of my hand. I'm able to switch hands and get it into my right hand. So I'm sitting there slapping him in the face with it, wondering why he's wanting it so bad. My son's cowering on the other side of the car, and that's my time. But that's when the officer that would try to give me a DUI showed up.